picking up today for whatever reason. At least the sun's out, huh? And what did I read today? How about this one? Apparently there were here Mounties, I guess, trying to find a missing person using things like a drone. This one says, Maidstone Mounties using drones in search for missing man. They also showed pictures of the drones they were using. One of them was a Mavic 3 Pro, which isn't unusual at all, but then they also showed a fixed wing one, the Sky Fury. I was wondering, do police officials, for example, actually fly this around, let's just say, city areas and all that? This one says, RCMP officers in Maidstone are using drones as part of the search for a missing 28-year-old man. According to police, Srain Kermach was last seen on foot in the RM in Britannia near the intersection of Highway 3 and Highway 17 on April 10th. The RCMP said aerial drones referred to by police as remote piloted aircraft systems are now being used to conduct thorough searches of the area where Srain was last seen and may have traveled to. And then they asked the public for help too, which is another thing to think about, I suppose. It says, police are asking anyone who captured video footage in the area to share it with the investigators. Maidstone RCMP continued to ask members of the public who may have driven in the area to check any dash cameras from between 12 p.m. and 4 p.m. on April 10th for signs of Srain. If there is video of any pedestrians on your camera footage, please call Maidstone RCMP at 310 RCMP, the Mountie said in a statement. Investigators also asked if you reside or own property in the area, please check any outbuilding for signs of Srain such as clothing or other items. Yeah, it's kind of interesting where they're using the drones and so forth, but they're not actually asking the public to show drone footage, for example, if they actually have aerial footage as well. And I'd be wondering, why not? You have like a lot of people, for example, just capturing footage and stuff for fun. Wouldn't that be just as useful? There was that one time, you guys remember, where I accidentally caught that car accident when I was just capturing stuff as usual. So shouldn't that be treated the same anyways, in terms of people having things like dash cam footage? Or is it one of those things where, nope, it's too dangerous for a regular person to use it, and we don't want to promote people just to capture video and stuff with a drone and so forth? But either way, hopefully the guy gets found, I suppose. And now I was reading this, where apparently there was a Guinness record that was broken in terms of the world's fastest drone. It's kind of interesting because apparently with this, it was someone who created like videos on YouTube that broke the record. And if you guys remember, there was that other crazy video, the one with the Red Bull drone, for example, chasing the really fast car, whereas this one beat it. This one says, fastest ground speed by a battery-powered remote-controlled RC quadcopter. The fastest ground speed by a battery-powered remote-controlled quadcopter is 480.23 kilometers an hour and was achieved by Luke Bell and Mike Bell in Western Cape, South Africa on the 21st of April of 2024. Luke has been flying drones for years and has an obsession with going fast. The pair attempted the record by doing speed runs in opposite directions to negate the wind, going full throttle to reach the maximum propeller RPM. Yeah, and they actually showed like a video and everything of it. It makes me wonder too, in terms of regulations and so forth in a lot of places, is what he did, quote, let's just say legal, because everyone treats it like a weapon and so forth. Like people aren't even allowed to experiment with it if you think about it legally anyways in a lot of places. It goes over the certain weight threshold, for example, you have to register this and that, not allowed to fly in certain zones and so forth despite the situation. So it actually makes me wonder, was everything, quote, perfectly legal? But either way, that's kind of crazy with how fast it was going, and it actually caught on fire, I guess, during the test and so forth. So kind of interesting. And then I was wondering, what the heck was this? More news about AI and so forth, but in this case, apparently OpenAI, it says, is open to the idea of enabling things like AI porn. Like, what's going on here? This was a ChatGPT giant. OpenAI is exploring a more relaxed attitude towards AI generated porn and smut. In a statement more foreboding than its tone suggests, ChatGPT maker OpenAI is considering allowing its users to generate NSFW content in age-appropriate context through the API in ChatGPT. That stands for not safe for work, for those who don't know. It says creating AI-generated pornography, in other words, potentially opening up an enormous can of worms for very popular AI. The announcement that OpenAI is, quote, exploring the possibility of opening up its tools to explicit content came in the form of a brief aside in a long document about the development of its AI models. Currently, OpenAI tools like ChatGPT are subject to content filters that are supposed to stop them from spitting out smut at unsuspecting users, and it's important to stress that changing that is just something that OpenAI is thinking about. There are no solid plans yet. Nevertheless, those filters may be softened up in the near future, allowing customers to generate almost all the filth they want. I don't know, is that a good idea overall? I wouldn't be surprised anyways if there's another company that does that in the future, but it's kind of crazy how people are already thinking of every single way they can use, I guess, AI generated content, huh? All right, see you guys later.